As people voyaged through the Pacific Ocean, they were accompanied by dogs. Some were pets, others were food. As the latter practice grew, something changed. Stories of an unknown creature spread who not only ate, but hunted humans. The creature was Hawaii's dogman, Kaupe. And this is Legends from the Pacific. Aloha, and thank you for joining us. This is Legends from the Pacific, episode 74, Hawaii's Dogman, Kaupe. I am Kamuala Kaneshiro, a native Hawaiian professional writer, speaker, and Comic-Con panelist with extensive film and television experience. I study mythology, I've encountered unusual things, and I'm a geek. To celebrate Halloween 2021, I'll be sharing an unusual experience that lingered after a paranormal investigation. But you can hear one of my first paranormal encounters now for free by joining our email list. Links can be found in our show notes, so sign up today. Later in this episode, your featured song and Hawaiian word, but first, Kaupe. He is a dogman who appears as an anthropomorphic wolf and has been referred to as a cannibal or Hawaiian werewolf. Werewolf? Their wolf. Their castle. While tagging Kaupe as a werewolf may give you an idea of what we're talking about, research suggests Kaupe was a dog who became humanoid instead of a cursed person. Human-eating creature? Yes. Cannibal? Perhaps not so much, since Kaupe seems to favor eating humans instead of dogs. So cannibalistic werewolf might have been used as early clickbait. Now, along with being an anthropomorphic wolf, Kaupe is said to be muscular, have 2 bones protruding from its stomach, seems to be the only one of his kind, and may be skilled in mystic ways. The following is a Legends from the Pacific original story and is based on cultural records. Kaupe ruthlessly killed and ate Oahu's mortals. He ruled from Nu'uanu to the sea. He wanted to become more powerful and consulted with the gods. Kaupe, a voice twitched his ear. I shall grant your desire, but require the proper ritual and human sacrifice. The sacrifice is in the east. Travel there, and I shall tell you who will suffice. But be warned, if you agree to this and fail me, I shall take your power. Kaupe agreed. At Oahu's eastern moonlit coastline, he leapt over the island of Molokai and landed on the island of Maui. As he devoured the mortals, his ear twitched. The sacrifice lies further east. Kaupe went to Maui's eastern shore and leapt for the big island. He entered a village and began his slaughter. While devouring mortals foolish enough to fight him, a fleeing boy made Kaupe's hair stand on end. His ear twitched. The child's powerful bloodline will make a worthy sacrifice. Royal guards took the boy and blocked Kaupe. The snarling dogman lunged and killed all the guards. He grabbed the child and returned to Oahu. The big island's wind carried the village's cries to their ali'i, who tended sacred places. He raced back, learned of the attack and his missing son. He consulted his kahuna. Who did this? The kahuna's eyes glowed. The dogman Kaupe. He will sacrifice your son to fulfill a pact. How do I stop him and save my son? You alone must sail to Oahu. Tonight's current will take you to its coast, where another kahuna will help you. Everyone, Gather what you need and hide in the mountains until I return." They obeyed, and the Ali'i sailed to Oahu. As he secured his canoe on Oahu's beach, light in the woods approached. "Stay back," he said. "I'm an Ali'i. Look away, for I am on a quest and must preserve my mana." The lights stopped. "I may gaze upon you." A kahuna emerged. "Aloha, Ali'i. The Kona winds announced your arrival. You must save your son before the stars align." The kahuna taught him a sacred chant to recite when all seemed lost. "Mahalo," the Ali'i said. "How do I kill Kaupe?" The kahuna lowered his head. "You are to save your son, but not kill Kaupe. Understand?" The Ali'i gritted his teeth. "Yes." The kahuna nodded and shared where the Ali'i can find Kaupe. Kaupe snored as the Ali'i entered his lair. The dogman laid beside an altar holding the bound child. The child cried as his father freed him, and they left. Kaupe stretched and rolled over. A cut binding tickled his ear. He woke and discovered the empty altar. His howl prickled the Ali'i's skin. His son's legs locked and he fell. Trees broke behind them, branches snapped, and a dog's heavy panting neared. The father helped his son, but the child limped. The Ali'i recited the sacred chant. Speed infused their legs, and their surroundings blurred. The child's scent faded. Kaupe growled. The Ali'i smiled, but they couldn't run forever on an island, and Kaupe would catch them in their canoe. He guided his son deeper into Oahu and recited the chant again. Shadows revealed a massive rock. The father and son hid beneath it. The child's scent vanished. Kaupe snarled. His ear twitched. "Kaupe, give me my sacrifice." He passed the rock the father and son hid beneath and reached Oahu's east coast. The sand showed no footprints or tracks, and no canoes drifted on the moonlit ocean. Kaupe's ear twitched. "Give me my sacrifice. I must retrieve the child or another of his bloodline." Kaupe leapt to the big island. The Ali'i peeked from the rock. Light in the woods approached and stopped before the clearing. The kahuna emerged. "You may come out. You were successful." The Ali'i and his son emerged. "Where is the beast?" "On his way to the big island." "My people." "Kaupe is weakened and won't find them. Tonight, rest. Tomorrow, return to your island and kill him." The Ali'i and his son rested, while Kaupe destroyed their abandoned village. The morning tide took the father and son to the remains of their village, and the Ali'i killed Kaupe. You can support us by getting 2 or 3 of your friends to listen to our show. This simple request goes a long way in helping us grow our show. I'd like to point out, while Kaupe has been connected with other magic dogs and an Ali'i named Boki, they are not connected with Kaupe, and are stories for another time. Today, Kaupe's spirit lives on. His ghost dog image can be seen in rock carvings and in the clouds over Nu'uanu. Also, his ghost has been encountered in the valley. I swear, Oahu's Nu'uanu Valley's gotta be Hawaii's most haunted place. Kaupe is represented in the DC comic series Legends of Tomorrow. But Kaupe is actually a very dangerous spirit. He is known to mimic distressed people or animals to lure his prey. When someone goes to offer help, Kaupe appears and kills the Good Samaritan. Talk about no good deed goes unpunished. So be cautious when offering assistance in Hawaii to avoid becoming a victim. Now, I have some possible Kaupe-related experiences. First, I interviewed witnesses who suggested Kaupe wanders to places that include Kipapa Gulch, which is near my house. Also, I investigated the Nu'uanu area near Kaupe's rock carvings and where he was seen. We came up empty-handed that night, but during a separate ghost dog investigation at a more populated location, we were expecting it to rain, and something about the moon didn't seem right. As we studied the sky, the clouds made an unmistakable image of a dog barking at us. Its teeth were perfectly formed. One of its eyes was squinted closed, and the other was the partial moon. The barking dog remained for a while. I think we left before it broke apart, but I have yet to see such a clearer, undeniable image as I did that night. If you feel our show deserves 5 stars, please give us that rating, write a review, and share Legends from the Pacific with your friends and family. I'd really appreciate it. Mahalo nui loa to Chloe, Jessica, Dion, Rebecca, and Heather for taking the time to send me an email with topic suggestions, responses to our Marvel Comics question, and just saying hi. I really enjoy your emails and reply to all of them, so keep them coming. Also, send me your unusual paranormal experiences to share on our show. Links can be found in our show notes, so send me your Pacific stories today. Our theme song is Mystery by Tavana, courtesy of High Sessions. Sound effects are by Sound Effects Factory. Our music coordinator is Matt Duffy, aka DJ TripleBypass. Links and show notes can be found on our website, legendsfromthepacific.com, including a link to your featured song, which is One Time by Crimson Apple, courtesy of High Sessions. Legends from the Pacific was written, produced, and edited by me, Kamuela Kaneshiro. I also wrote our original stories. Your featured Hawaiian word is lupo. Lupo means wolf. An example of lupo is, in the Game of Thrones, Jon Snow's dire lupo was named Ghost. Once again, lupo is Hawaiian for wolf. Thank you once again for listening. Mahalo and a hui ho.